Lux your way with the Lux Cravings Boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. Try the Lux Cravings Boxes at Taco Bell today.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
How's your day going?
Going good. Thank you again.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
Really, guys?
What? Jackson's always had this game right.
Let's go!
Hey Bronco Nation, this is Boise State football wide receiver Ben Ford. I've had to face some setbacks on the field this past season, but toughness isn't about staying down. It's about getting back up. I am proud to represent Lithia Ford of Boise, where you can find the largest selection of Ford trucks that are built tough and, like me, handle the hits and keep pushing forward. Come check out the incredible inventory and competitive pricing at Lithia Ford of Boise. And when you buy here, you're not just getting a truck, you're supporting Boise State athletics and Lithia Ford NIL partnerships. Come see us at Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News. Game time is approaching, and we're getting you ready with the latest pregame news, interviews, analysis, and more from BNN. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Have a pregame score prediction or comment? Let us know in the ICCU YouTube chat or leave us a message on the Signature Roofing voice box at speakpipe.com/BNN. The BNN pregame show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise and our major sponsors Jackson's, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, RoadPaint.com, and the Blue and Orange Store. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're proud to stand with Boise State athletics. Through our NIL marketing partnerships, we're investing in the future of student athletes. Lithia Ford of Boise, here to get you there, wherever that may be. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. Broadcasting from the Sun Cruiser Studios, here's BJ Rains with the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show on Bronco Nation News.
what's up, Bronco Nation? Happy game day. We've finally made it, the Mountain West Tournament. We're here at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. My name is BJ Rains. We got Abe Jackson, one of the voices of the Broncos. You'll hear him and Bob Beeler coming up in about 25 minutes over on 670 KBOI. But Abe, kicking off as we have like 30 times this season with the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. But Boise State finally getting in action, going to be the fourth quarterfinal game of the night. San Jose State Spartans just excited to get this thing rolling.
Yeah, excited. And you never knew what the excitement level was really going to be when this tournament came around. At one point in the season, everyone was totally jacked about it. And then at another point in the season, I mean, everyone was way down with that 4-game losing streak in conference. But the Broncos are playing just about as good as anybody in the conference right now. And, it could be anybody's tournament. You could really say 5 or 6 teams. If they won it, you could say, I could see that happening.
No doubt about it. And it's 4 games in 4 days. We've talked about it. So a lot of storylines, a lot of things to get into. But just on the surface, 4 games in 4 days, the task that's ahead of Boise State here. What do you make of the path and just what they've got ahead of them?
The path is amazing. I mean, you could not have just handpicked a better path for the Broncos than what you're seeing right here. Broncos have lost 1 game against the side of the bracket that they're on. On the other side is UNLV swept the Broncos. Grand Canyon swept the Broncos. Utah State swept the Broncos.
Yep.
Nevada split with the Broncos. So you have this other side of the bracket, pretty much every team that beat the Broncos, and only 1 loss against a team on our side, and that was San Diego State in a triple overtime.
Yeah.
All the other teams the Broncos had swept. So it couldn't set up better for the Broncos, and it starts with San Jose State.
Yeah, you see UNLV, they snuck by Wyoming 73-70. They'll face Utah State tomorrow. Somebody said in the chat they feel sorry for Air Force. Yeah, 80-45.
They had 10 points at halftime.
Yeah, it was not good. Not good. But 2 teams are up. And then right now, how about Fresno State? A 5-point lead at the half. 32-27 over Colorado State. Collins is not playing for Fresno, so you figured Colorado State would have the big advantage. But so far, Highbrighter and company are getting it done.
Yeah, they're getting it done, and one of their guys inside, Coach Avar, is having a big first half. He's just taking Jorgensen into the post every single time. I think he had 3 straight baskets inside on Jorgensen.
Well, Boise State has already played twice against San Jose State this year. Both games were kind of similar, close till halftime. And then Boise State kind of pulled away in the second half. And in both those games, we've talked about, Abe, that the size advantage on the interior is a big deal. Boise State should dominate the rebounding tonight, you would hope, and then also the points in the paint. I mean, Sada Nganga is like the tallest player on the floor 90% of the time for San Jose State. The size advantage and in the paint is going to be a big key tonight.
Well, yeah, and I love it that's where the advantage is for this Bronco team at this point in the season, because Drew Fielder is playing at such a high level, inside, outside, handling the ball, making great decisions, rebounding. So if there's one place on the court that I hope Boise State has an advantage in a game, it would be inside, because Fielder is playing so well.
No, Fielder's been unbelievable. Second team All Mountain West, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, just a great job, just a really great job. And you can see his game progress. And I think one that really kickstarted him was I forget what game it was, when he knocked down all those threes.
There was
that
a couple
at
of
New Mexico?
Them. Yeah, at 5 threes.
Okay, yeah, that's the one where, I mean, you could just see him. Now, all of a sudden, teams have to guard him differently. And so you have to come up and you have to guard. And what that does is that takes a big guy outside of the paint. So then if you drive, much easier to finish, too.
So he should have a big advantage. But how nice is it? And everyone says guard play and in March is a big key. But when you have a big guy that when you need a bucket, you can get it to him. And then also the way he shoots free throws. How big could a guy like Drew Fielder be in this tournament?
Yeah, well, they say guard play because, I mean, that's really who starts the offense and who handles the ball the most. But once a good decision is made to start the offense, then it can go into Fielder. And, he's going to knock down free throws. He's going to get to the foul line. He can shoot the threes. He's just playing at the highest level that he is all season. And you could probably say that about just about every Bronco on the team right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mentioned the advantage on the interior. The depth also in this whole tournament is going to be a key, but let's not forget when these teams played a couple weeks ago, 4 players on San Jose State played all 40 minutes.
I've never seen that.
I know the depth is going to be a bigger issue, moving forward in the tournament for a Boise State. In a one-game scenario, you can play 40 minutes, you're okay. But Godarzi's out again for them, and so they're going to have, probably multiple guys again having to play the whole game. We saw in the second half, that's when Boise State kind of surged ahead as some of those guys got tired. We'll see how the minutes go, because you'd like to probably keep everybody below 30 minutes tonight.
I was going to say
maybe
25.
below 25.
Yeah,
if you can. So that'll be interesting to see the depth of the game tonight because Boise State's trying to set itself up here for a 4-game tournament.
They are, and you hear Coach Rice talking about during the regular season, hey, we didn't really wear out our guys, 25 minutes, and he's concerned about that with a couple days in between till the next game, that he thinks that's important. So it's really going to be important when you have to go back to back to back to back to finish off how you want to. So if you can have your starters, if this game is in check with maybe the last 6 or 7 minutes and you can sit some of those guys and they only get to about 25, 27 minutes, it'll pay off, especially because, of course, as the tournament goes on, you got the harder and harder teams as you go.
How important is it, too? I mean, I know Dylan Andrews hasn't played in this tournament, but he's played in the Big Ten tournament, the Pac-12 tournament. Drew Fielder's played, in the Big East tournament. And then you throw in Andrew Meadow and Carmichael and some of these guys experience Buchanan in this tournament. Just kind of knowing what it takes, knowing what a tournament's like and the crowd and the neutral court and all that. Just how do you think the experience from some of that on Boise State's guys could be a factor?
It's going to pay off. I mean, you can't – if for someone who hasn't been in a tournament setting, you might look and say, there's not a lot of people in the crowd, right? Or opposed to where you go to one of these, sold out arenas when you're in conference. But there's something more intense about every single possession, every single free throw when it comes to tournament play. And to have guys that have been through that and not just been through it, but at a really high level, Buchanan, Meadow last year, like you said, Keene's been in a bunch of them too. And then Fielder and Andrews, playing it in some different big conferences in these type of tournaments. They all know the feel, the physical pressure, the emotional pressure that happens when you get into a tournament.
What are the keys? And again, Abe Jackson, our guest, you'll be hearing him in about 20 minutes with Bob Beeler, 670 KBOI, all the affiliates of the Bronco Radio Network. This is the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. We're in the concourse here, by the way. They've started the second half. It's 38-30 now. Fresno up 8. I mean, if you want to have an upset over San Diego State, you probably need Colorado State to win this. No disrespect to Fresno, and maybe that's a dumb thing to say with Fresno
don't
up 8.
Don't tell that to the women's Air Force team.
Yeah, that's true.
The 9 seed on the women's side made
that
it
is
to the
true.
finals.
I would just think that Colorado State has a better chance with their outside shooting to beat Fresno.
Yeah, I would think so,
or to beat San Diego State. But what was I talking about here? Oh, I guess I was setting the scene. We're here in the concourse. Fans are walking by. That game is going on. But Abe, just in general, in a tournament setting, when it's lose and go home. You lose, your season is, in all likelihood over. The pressure of that, just how does that ramp up and foul trouble, I guess, is key, and just hitting some early shots. But how does the pressure of a conference tournament, and especially this year for a team like Boise State where they know they have to win this whole tournament, and you come in tonight as 15-point favorites, like it's just a weird feeling in this, especially in this opening game. But what's the pressure like playing in a conference tournament?
There's a lot more pressure, and I feel like to handle that, though, you need to do the things that you can really control. You can really control boxing out. You can really control your defense. What you can't really control is, are you hot from shooting or are you cold from shooting? Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it goes away. And in a tournament settings, we've seen teams get really cold and tight when it comes to shooting the ball. If that happens, start doing the things you can control. Get really intense on defense. Hit somebody on a block out. Dominate the glass, and then the offense will come around. You'll start to loosen up. But the things you can control are the things that you really need to attack in the tournament.
In a game like tonight, in this whole tournament, the bench certainly is going to be a big key.
Definitely. I mean, I know Coach Rice will not talk about any other games, and rightfully so, because San Jose State's in front of him, but we will. You got 4 games if you want to get there. And so the bench is going to be big. Like we said, 25 minutes to 27. I'm hoping that maybe that's what your starters can do. Maybe one of the bench players gets a little hot and plays some extra minutes, maybe a NATO or an Aaron. So the bench is going to be big. It'll be big in this game too, because San Jose State shorthanded. Like you said, last game, 4 players played 40 minutes, and you could really see that lead stretch in the second half because I think the fatigue set in for the Spartans.
Give us an X factor, man, whether it's tonight, whether it's if they're going to make a run in this tournament. I mean, I know we talked about Fielder, Andrews obviously being a veteran guard that's been playing well for them lately, but if this team is going to win tonight and maybe make some noise here this weekend, who's a guy or two you're looking at?
Well, I think you got to look at your 2 leading scorers on the team, your 2 your transfers that came in, your all-conference player and second team, and Drew Fielder. Dylan Andrews and Drew Fielder have to have a good tournament. Those 2 guys, the one that handles the ball the most and the one that is your leading scorer, they have to have a good tournament. That's what teams do. Teams' best players show up and play well if you're going to win a tournament. Last year, Nick Clifford just dominated in the last part of the season, and then the Colorado State Rams won the tournament. A couple years ago, Jalen House completely dominated, the best offensive player in the tournament for New Mexico, and they ended up winning. You need your best players and your leaders to play at a high level.
All right, we'll let you get out on this one because you got a little further walk to get back down to your broadcast booth. But what are some keys to a win? How do you see this game playing out tonight?
Dominate the glass against a team like San Jose State. I think you can really outmuscle them, and you can be really physical with them as well. You also know you have a deep bench, so if maybe you pick up some fouls that you can go to somewhere else, and you're not giving up a bunch of size because of the way that San Jose State plays. And so I think just being physical and dominating the boards, and the Broncos have done that in the last two games. What it's like 16 and 15 that they've won the rebound battle against San Diego State and Colorado State. So they're coming on, and if you do that again tonight, limit those second chance points and opportunities for the Spartans, you'll come out with a win.
Now, I might have screwed up the time. You guys aren't on until 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so folks, don't flip over in 15 minutes. 8 o'clock, I guess 9 o'clock back in Boise. They'll have their typical 30-minute pregame show. They'll get you set. And Nate Kreckman, Terrence Oglesby, nice guys there doing the game on the Mountain West Network. But use that feature where you can turn the sound down and listen to the hometown guys, Bob and Abe tonight. And Bob and Abe will do a tremendous job on the call. Abe, this has been a very fun season doing this with you. I think, third season doing this?
I think third season.
And I hope we still got 4 or 5 games left.
I can't remember a season that's quite been like this, and it's not done yet. The final chapter hasn't been written, but boy, it's been a drama-filled book this season so far.
It has, and I hope we have multiple games left to go here. Post-game, we'll be courtside. I think you'll be with Nathan post-game. I'll be in the locker room getting interviews. We'll figure that out, but appreciate you, and best of luck on the call. And
all right.
Hopefully we'll see you this time tomorrow, this time on Friday, and then maybe we'll do it about 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Let's just do 4 times.
That works. And then let's do it in Buffalo next week sometime or wherever they're going to send them. So appreciate our man Abe Jackson for jumping on to the pregame show. Hey, Nathan Carroll's going to join us in a minute. Get your pregame score predictions in. Get your shout-outs in. What beverage are you drinking tonight? Hopefully it's a Sun Cruiser. But who's your player to watch in this tournament? Who's your X Factor? What are your score predictions? How you feeling? You nervous? You excited? What's that feeling like as we're about an hour or so away from tip-off? Let us know. Plenty to get to here on the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. I want to thank a couple sponsors, and that starts with Lithia Florida Boise, our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise. Check them out online at lithiafordboise.com. lithiafordboise.com, our title sponsor. Newer pre-owned vehicles. Check them out, Fairview Avenue there in Boise. Saw some folks saying that the Sun Cruisers were flowing in Lafayette, Indiana. The Buchanan family getting ready for the conference tournament. We appreciate them. Sun Cruiser, whether it's the iced tea vodkas, the lemonade vodkas, perfect time to pick up a Sun Cruiser. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. We appreciate Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest, that mobile e-branch online banking right there in your smartphone. Check out Idaho Essential Credit Union online, ICCU.com. And if the Broncos get 75 points tonight, you get a 75-cent fountain drink at Jackson's. 2 days later, that'll be on Friday. So hopefully there's a nice run here of 4 straight days starting on Friday where you can get your 75-cent fountain drink. But 75 points means 75 cents from our friends at Jackson's. And don't forget about the 99-cent coffee from Jackson's day or night from our friends at Jackson's using that Let's Go Rewards app. We have subbed out one future, Boise State Hall of Famer for another maybe here. Nathan Carroll joins us. Nathan, this is your first time covering this tournament as media. Mm-hmm. Melinda Draper, by the way, saying Sun Cruisers were flowing pregame. Awesome.
Love it.
They just walked by here a short time ago. Good to see them. Appreciate them watching in the building. I saw somebody else, Mark Herringer, saying he's watching from in the building here. So a lot of comments coming in. Billy watching from Minnesota. So get those score predictions in. 84-59 is Billy's prediction there. There's Mark inside the Thomas and Mack. All right. So Dylan says just win. We got 81-67. We'll get to your score predictions. Keep those coming. Let us know where you're watching from. Right now, Fresno State's up 38-34 at the under 16 timeout of the second half. So we'll keep an eye on that one. But Nathan, man, it's been a fun year. Having you on board covering the basketball team here, and you're an alum of Boise State. You said you'd been to this tournament a couple times as a fan, but here for the first time as media, and hopefully this is a nice 4-day stay here.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we'd love to love to be able to cover this team for 4 games and then, maybe get some more after that if they're able to take care of business this week and cut down the nets and earn themselves an NCAA tournament bid. But it's been a lot of fun. It's definitely a different experience doing it from the media side, but it's been a blast doing it. It's been a fun ride, and hopefully we can keep it going here.
How are we watching the game, guys? We'll be in the media seats. It is on the Mountain West Network tonight, so unfortunately, I think the app works okay. If you're on your TV, your smart TV, once you're done here on YouTube, go to the Mountain West Network app. You should be able to watch it there, and then it doesn't work on some browsers. It's dumb. I was having trouble with it today in my hotel room, but I switched off Chrome to another browser, and then it did work.
All right.
So I don't know all the particulars, but Mountain West Network tonight. And then starting tomorrow, all 4 quarterfinals are on the CBS Sports Network. So starting tomorrow, you get the real TV. Tonight will be on the Mountain West Network. But what are your thoughts so far, man? 2 games in the books. And, again, keep getting those score predictions in. Who's your player of the game? Who's your Matt Bauscher player of the game? Your Element Fencing defensive player of the game? Let us know your thoughts, and we'll keep getting those comments and things rolling along here on the pregame show. But 2 games in the books. UNLV wins a close one. Not close in the Nevada game, and then now we got a 43-39 game. Colorado State down 4. But just what are your thoughts day one?
Yeah, I mean, these underdogs, for the most part, in 2 out of the 3 games, they've come to play. They've made it a competitive game. Wyoming had a really good chance to win that game, had a shot at the end of the game to win it that didn't fall. And then likewise, I mean, Fresno, they've kind of been leading Colorado State this whole game. Colorado State's not had a multi-score lead yet. Fresno State came to play, and so we'll see which underdog do you get. Do you get the Air Force? Which do you get in San Jose State, I should say? Do you get the Air Force side of it where, I mean, not to be too bleak, but Air Force just looked like they were ready to go home. They did not look offensively like they were ready to play that game. And then conversely, you got Wyoming, you got Fresno coming out and looking lively and putting up really strong fights. Which version of San Jose State do we get tonight? It's going to be one of the big
That's what I
questions.
was going to say. If you're Boise State, you're hoping to see the Air Force version of San Jose State.
Yeah.
Checked out, season's over, ready to hit the portal, get the season over with.
Yes, the injury report, 6 guys are out for San Jose State. I don't know if I've ever seen that on a basketball team. I mean,
yeah.
It's been talked about plenty, but that team has just been absolutely beat up this season that you hope you get the version of the team where if they go down 10 early, San Jose State just says, all right, we're going to be in the portal next year. We know we're going to have to come back, long off season ahead. It's been a bad year. That's certainly the version of San Jose you hope you get, because when San Jose comes to play and when they're hitting shots on offense, they can be tricky.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Nevada by 16 about 5 weeks ago, I want to say at this point. They were within 5 in both Boise State games at halftime. Like, this is a team that's capable of keeping up with the Broncos. Now, can they do it for 40 minutes? That's another discussion. But if you get the bad version of San Jose State, you were talking about with Abe, let you rest your guys a little bit and stay fresh going into tomorrow.
Now, history is on Boise State's side in terms of this matchup. Boise State 44-4 all time against San Jose State. 44-4, and under Leon Rice, 24-2. So Leon Rice is 24-2 all time against San Jose State. And in this opening round, I actually found this hard to believe, but you did have 5 teams get byes previously. Boise State in the Mountain West tournament, since they added this extra round or whatever, I guess whatever they've 13 years they've been in the league, 12 years, whatever, have only had to play 2 times.
Wow. On
the first day. They've had a bye all but 2 times. They are 2-0 in the opening rounds. They've won both these games, but they've had a bye almost every time in the first time here. So that is certainly something to keep in mind. Bronco 130 is watching from the kitchen table. All right, appreciate you. Let's go Broncos. What up, fellas? What up, Steinbauer? Appreciate you for watching as well. And, folks are saying doesn't work in Chrome, but works in another browser. That's good tonight. Devo Bronx, go Broncos. So watching from Zion. All right, appreciate you, Jareen. Thank you for that. Keep getting your score predictions in. Let us know. But also, I mean, yes, they have some individual talent. Yes, they have some guys that could get hot and hit 6 threes, and Colby Garland could go for 35. But this is a San Jose State team that has won 3 games in the last 3 months. We talked about it this morning on the pregame show. They are 3-18 going back to December 9th. 3 wins. Today's Wednesday, March 11th. So more than 3 months, they have 3 wins. And 2 of those wins are against Air Force.
Yes.
Anybody else know, before we give it away, who's the one win San Jose State has that was not Air Force in the last 3 months? I mean, it's been that bad that 2 of their 3, they've beaten 1 team not named Air Force in the last 3 months. I mean, this frankly, I mean, this should not be I think first half probably will be, but this needs to be a game that it's midway through the second half, it's double digits.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
spread's 14 and a half?
14 and a half last we saw it. And it's a game. I mean, you don't need style points. You don't need to cover the spread. If you win by 11, whatever. Like, win. That's all that matters. But with that said, if this is a 5-point game with 2 minutes to go, something went wrong. San Jose State, they just haven't had the bodies. Like, literally, they're playing 5, 6 and a half guys in these games. They're getting true freshmen, and they're getting 4 minutes where they can just to try to give guys a blow. They just have not had the bodies to be able to compete in the Mountain West this year. I think Tim Miles is a really good coach, but it's just been, it's been as tough of a year as you could have from a coach, just with all the injuries they've had. It's a game Boise State needs to win convincingly, whether it's 11 or 18, doesn't matter, but win and don't let this be a game where you have to play a Dylan Andrews, a Javen Buchanan 35 minutes.
A lot of cheering from behind us in the arena. I don't know if you can hear it. A big run for Colorado State. They've taken the lead on a three-pointer from Munoz. Loud cheers here. Loudest we probably heard the arena, at least during this game. But Colorado State battling back now has the lead by 1. They're at the under 12 timeout right there. Broncos bring the energy blowout W. All right, Spencer, like to see that. Melinda's got 80-68, 81-74. So some folks, San Jose State doesn't scare me, but then he only has them winning by 9.
Single digits,
yeah. So that's 3 in a row that have it a little closer. Robbie Robinson going right at about the cover line, 79-64. And yes, Chase Love was correct. The one team they have beaten, not named Air Force, Nevada, in the last 3 months. Now, Tim Miles, solid coach.
Yep.
I'm sure he'll have him motivated, which is why I said this morning I fully expect this game to be close, maybe even into the early parts of the second half. I mean, we may look up and it's a 1 or 2 or 3-point game at halftime. But I think just the depth, Boise State's ability to pound it inside and kind of wear them down. I mentioned it with Abe, but I mean, when Sada Nganga's your tallest player, 180 pounds or whatever at 6'9", like Drew Fielder really should have a field day. And I saw somebody else say it. They think Javen Buchanan, because of his size, has some nice matchups as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really my key to the game for Boise State. I mean, this is a game you should dominate on the boards. That's kind of a given. It's a game that you kind of expect Colby Garland to have 25. The key for Boise State is pound the ball inside. Don't become a team that settles for threes. That's what San Jose is going to want you to do. They're going to want you to take 35 threes tonight. Give the ball to Jaden Buchanan. Give the ball to Drew Fielder. I mean, this is a game Drew Fielder could very reasonably have 30 points with the lack of size that San Jose has inside.
But he may not have to play that much. Hopefully.
He may not have to.
Hopefully.
True, yeah. But it could be a game where he has 25 points in 25 minutes, right? Something like that. And I think that's the keys. Get the ball inside. If Boise State takes 10 threes today, I think that probably means that they won by double digits because they made an emphasis to attack the lack of rim protection. Because you said it, Sada Ngaga, who's pretty much a 6'9" guard. He's like a smaller Kevin Durant in terms of play style.
Yeah.
He plays a lot of center for him because they just all of their big men are hurt. And Boise State needs to be able to take advantage of that.
He's Nathan Carroll. My name's BJ Rains. We're both with Bronco Nation News. We're part of the 24/7 sports family. Check us out at bronconationnews.com. You can subscribe. 50% off right now. We were game planning earlier today. Multiple stories after every game, preview stories, all kinds of coverage. So jump in now, bronconationnews.com. 50% off our annual rate. If you want to get coverage of the tournament here, of spring football getting ready to start. We have you and Chris both have a football story in the hopper that I just can't find the right time to post. So we got a lot of content coming here moving forward. But we are in the concourse right now. The game is going on, Colorado State, Fresno. It is a 1-point lead right now for Colorado State. Early, about midway through the second half, 11:30 to go. So we are not allowed to be in the Arena Bowl. That's why we're kind of out here amongst the people. So we'll be out here doing our pregame show, about an hour and a half before every game. So if you are coming to these games or you're in the area and you want to come by in the background, say hello, hang out, we'd love to have you. Maybe get a little bit of a crowd here, in the background. But feel free to come by, and we are in the concourse. We're right by the bar here, actually, conveniently enough. So Boise State, San Jose State coming up in about an hour. Somebody asked about the officials, by the way, earlier. We don't know who they are. They don't release those till about 20 minutes before the game, but you can rest easy. they only ref one game a day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have seen a ref, not going to name names, in an earlier game in the Mountain West that you would prefer not ref a Boise State game, if you've already seen them, cross them off the list. They're not going to be reffing these games. So any ref that you have not seen would theoretically be possible, but the pool of refs that do these games also are doing the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to look at the Big Ten refs too and say who's been in the Big Ten today. Like Mike Reed I saw is in Chicago, so you're not going to get Mike Reed tonight. May get him for the championship semifinals. I don't know, but they don't announce the refs yet. But if you already saw a ref earlier today, they're not reffing another game tonight. So you are free from Amy Bonner tonight. You are also free from Scott Brown, Vern Harris. We can go down the list here. They've already reffed games earlier today. They won't be reffing the game tonight. So Bronco 130, Broncos taco line. San Jose State doesn't come within 10 of the Jacksons deal. So he's got them at 65, I guess, for Fresno.
65,
and then he's
83.
got 83. Okay, I like that. 83, 65. That'd be a cover.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice, comfortable win, and you hit both of your deals.
Yeah.
Although you don't get the Taco Bell one. It's got to be a home game.
It's got to be a home game. Yeah.
It's got to be a home game.
But get the 75-cent deal with Jackson's. I think that's probably in good hands.
Yeah.
San Jose's defense has been
you were saying shaky. Originally, we're not wagering on these games, but if you're looking at it and folks down here wanting to place a wager and you're asking Nathan, hey, what's a good bet, which folks have bumped into us at the casino and been saying, hey, what do you like tonight? What do you like? You think maybe the over.
Yeah, I lean a little bit on the over just with, San Jose State has had some defensive issues this year. And Boise State, if they're able to go to their bench, if they can go to their rotation a little bit more early in this game, like guys like Pearson Carmichael, guys like Spencer Aarons, more offensive-focused players and some players who don't mind running in transition a little bit more. So a couple reasons I like the over. I think my favorite wager, it's not a straight play, but extend that spread from 14.5 to, 23, 25. And
alternate line.
Which
they don't offer at Circa, so it'll be the one time I guess we'd tell you to go shop elsewhere.
Yeah, but go get it at like 5-1, because if San Jose comes out and pulls an Air Force and is just non-competitive, like Boise State can win by 30. They've done it once already this year. So, whatever that sort of 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, and take a long shot like that, that's probably my favorite play. But yeah, I'd lean over as well.
All right, we are live at the Thomas and Mack Center, the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. We're in the Cutwater. We're in the Cutwater area over here. There's some Cutwaters, but if you want to come say hello, the Modelo Bar, I guess, is actually the name. But we're in the Sun Cruiser Studios, mobile studios today here at the Thomas and Mack Center. Keep getting those score predictions in, your thoughts. Who's the scariest team you don't want to face in this tournament? Any tournament thoughts you have, let us know. But do want to thank Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com, the SON Management Group, the Nicolason family. Taco Bell, check out Taco Bell, the crunchy chicken, cantina tacos, all the great options at Taco Bell, the crispy chicken strips, the slushies, the cheesy roll-ups. Taco Bell, visit a Taco Bell, Treasure Valley Taco Bell location today. Hey, if you need some Boise State gear, how about the Blue and Orange Store? I saw Travis Hawks is in town. He may be joining us on tomorrow's show. The Blue and Orange Store, online, theblueandorangestore.com. They got your customizable jerseys available in minutes there at the Hall of Fame location. They've also got the 14,000 hats on the hat wall at the location there at the mall. And, of course, you can order anywhere in the world online, theblueandorangestore.com. Hey, Matt Bauscher Real Estate, number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley in the state of Idaho, and now in the entire Northwest is Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, do what the Raines family did. Matt and his team are ready to help you every step of the way. 252-9877. Check them out online, BauscherRealEstate.com. And Signature Roofing. You need a new roof, you need to hit up our guys at Signature Roofing, mysignatureroofing.com. Whether it's a re-roof, a repair, an estimate, an inspection, all your roofing needs, they got you covered at Signature Roofing, mysignatureroofing.com. And leave us a voicemail. Speakpipe.com/BNN. You can leave us a voicemail. We'd love to hear from you. And that's Signature Roofing online at mysignatureroofing.com. Back here as we roll along on the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Boise State, San Jose State coming up about 9:30 Mountain Time. It'll be Terrence Oglesby and Nate Kreckman on the call for the Mountain West Network. You can listen to Bob and Abe on the radio side. And again, about 9:30, we'll have the full post-game show. Tom Moser is going to go live another night in the Mountain West about halftime of the Boise State game, recap some of the earlier games today, give his thoughts on that game. He's going to finish up about 5-10 minutes after the Boise State game goes final while we get set up, and then Nathan's going to kick off our post-game show about 5-10 minutes after the Boise State game ends. So as soon as that Boise State game ends, make sure you flip over to BNN and the Jackson's post-game show. He'll kick that off. I'm going to go into the locker room, get some interviews and things. You'll have Abe join you. I'll come back and we'll play some interviews. You'll hear from Coach Rice. You'll hear from some players. Tons to get to on the post-game show as well. But comments rolling in. Nathan needs some BNN gear. I think we gave you a hat at least. We'll try to get you a polo at some point here. Definitely get you a smaller size than me. I can't just give you one of my old ones. That wouldn't work. Not sure if I should root for Fresno. Just doesn't seem right. I also think Fresno doesn't have the horses to do this again tomorrow against San Diego State. If you're a Boise State fan and you don't want to play San Diego State in the semifinals, you should probably be rooting for Colorado State.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. You figure Colorado State has a better chance of pulling off an upset against San Diego State, which I don't know if you're a Boise State fan. Are you that scared of San Diego State? I mean, I know you'd rather have Colorado State, but I mean, you've played well against San Diego State. You were down 20 in the first half against them, and then ended up pulling off a big comeback in San Diego and coming up just short. But then, won pretty comfortably against them on senior night. Like, yes, I think Colorado State's a better matchup for Boise State, but I think even San Diego State is no doubt beatable. But obviously, before there, you got to beat New Mexico, and even before that, got to beat San Jose State tonight, which I think we're all kind of projecting that they will, but still have to take business, no doubt.
Come on, BJ. Nathan doesn't deserve him. No, we'll get to some new polo. I had to make sure you're going to stick around long enough to invest in the gear, but I think what's a long-term acquisition, hopefully. So celebrating our friend's birthday tonight will be loud and proud from Section 107. Heard a rumor Boise State didn't sell very many student tickets for this tournament down here. I don't know if that surprises you or not, but the Herd, some of these other student sections sold hundreds of tickets. Apparently not a lot of Boise State students. Hey, they don't come to the games when they're on campus. Yeah. I'm not sure why they're coming down to Vegas, but I will be curious. We were out there earlier watching the first part of this game. There was some Boise State fans. I do wonder what the crowd's going to be like. I would think tonight they'll certainly have more fans than San Jose, but the next couple of nights, whether it's New Mexico, whether it's San Diego State, I would assume that the other team is probably going to have the crowd advantage outside of tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, New Mexico probably travels better than any team in the Mountain West, and right after them is probably San Diego State. I mean, in terms of like the Boise State versus Colorado State contingent, if you end up getting that game, like maybe Boise State's more active. Decent crowd out there, no doubt. But I'm curious how they sort of match up, how the fans match up if they get to New Mexico tomorrow, because New Mexico travels so stinking well. Can Bronco Nation come out and bring some life in here, or is this going to be a sort of pit north, so to speak? Pit north, right? Yeah, I think we're north of Albuquerque, maybe a little west too. But very curious how the Boise State fandom shakes out there.
All right, we're going to have Jay Tuss join us in 30 seconds. Jay Tuss is here. We're going to get his thoughts. Bronco Studios, Jay Tuss in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Bronco Nation News.
Hey, Bronco Nation. This is Boise State football wide receiver Ben Ford. I've had to face some setbacks on the field this past season, but toughness isn't about staying down. It's about getting back up. I am proud to represent Lithia Ford Boise, where you can find the largest selection of Ford trucks that are built tough and, like me, handle the hits and keep pushing forward. Come check out the incredible inventory and competitive pricing at Lithia Ford Boise. And when you buy here, you're not just getting a truck. You're supporting Boise State athletics and Lithia Ford NIL partnerships. Come see us at Lithia Ford Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
All right, welcome back. Bronco Studios, Jay Tuss here, joining us live on the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show. Jay, how you doing?
What's up, Nathan?
Excited to be down here, man. The energy, like, it's such a long lead up. You fly in yesterday, and then
we got Dad over here taking pictures.
Proud dad.
BJ's back hurts, so I'm going to come in and pinch hit for just a second here.
Yeah, these chairs have not been great, so I empathize with BJ, no doubt. But it's excitement's building. It's tough with that 8 o'clock game, because you're just kind of sitting around all day
forever.
And you're seeing all these other games going, which is great because you get to watch all the other games as a fan. But especially I think as this tournament goes along, if Boise State can continue to move, start to get a little bit anxious. But Jay, how are you feeling about the game? How are you feeling about the team coming down here going to Vegas?
Man, I feel awesome. I feel as good as anybody does watching this team lately. 5 straight wins, and I mean what they did in Fort Collins last weekend. I think that kind of opened everybody's eyes, right? Like if this team can go in there and beat Colorado State, who I think we can all agree. I don't know if Colorado State's the most talented team in the league, but they were playing some really good basketball.
Had won 8 in a row.
Extremely efficient on offense, one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country. And I mean, Fort Collins isn't the easiest place to go play. And on top of that, maybe the Broncos get a little redemption for what Colorado State did to them on senior day last year. So
yeah,
they kind of ruined Daggy's senior day, which that doesn't sit right. So they got a little redemption this year for number 2.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up because it did feel like last year when Nick Clifford comes in and I think has 43 points. That kind of felt like a Colorado State's on the map and might go win this thing. And a little bit of Boise State beating Colorado State. Like, could that be their moment that then they go in, win 4 games in 4 days down here? Obviously, tonight's matchup with San Jose State. San Jose, a little bit shorthanded. They got 6 guys out. They've been absolutely eviscerated by injuries this year. It's been a tough go of it for Tim Miles. But as you look at this game, Boise State heavy favorites. What do you think they need to do to be able to take care of business against the Spartans?
I'm going to guess we are all on the same page with this one, Nathan. They got to get up, and they got to get up early, and they got to get their starters as much rest as they possibly can.
Yeah.
I know there's win one game at a time. I get that. But,
there's no use winning 3 games if the guys aren't ready for the 4th.
I
right?
mean, in all honesty, yes, everybody is laser focused on one game, but there are people, and their responsibility is to have at least some awareness of the peripheral of this whole tournament, right? So that they know how to navigate it just in case they do go on a run. And one of those things that would help them is they need to take care, like Nevada. Nevada absolutely demolished Air Force. They got up 50-14, and they cruised from there. San Jose State is a way better team than Air Force because, with all due respect to Air Force, it was one of the worst college basketball teams ever, probably. I mean, they were awful. But they got to get up and they got to get their starters out and, let some of the bench guys carry this one. Get Peanut Carmichael like 25 minutes in this game. Let him see some shots go down and see how that might, pay dividends the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, totally agree. And Abe Jackson.
Did I use that right, finance guy?
I missed it.
Dividends the rest of the tournament.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'd be paying
just
dividends.
checking. Okay, cool.
You're spot on there.
Yeah.
You're spot on there. Yeah. And Abe said it. He said the key number is 25. Can you keep everybody under 25?
I think it is. 25 is that is the minute range that hangs in my head. And even for a guy like Drew Fielder, man, like he kind of is a 25-minute guy. So like,
can you get him 18?
I was just gonna say, can you get him 18? I think that those are numbers, man. Like we're on the same wavelength here. Like, can you get him 18?
Yeah.
And he's a guy that, man, he could go get 25 and 18. You never know. But I really do think that's a big thing tonight. And I think that would be huge. And I will say this too. Like, let's not forget, it wasn't that long ago San Jose State came into Extra Mile Arena and at least made it a game there for a little bit.
Yep.
So they do have the ability. Colby Garland is a fantastic player.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably going to get his. Talking with Mike Burns today, I think it's just one of those situations where he's going to get his.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure nobody else gets theirs.
Yeah.
And then
he's had 20-plus points in 10 straight games.
Yeah.
Last team to hold him under 20, Boise State at San Jose.
Let's go.
But
he's got more 20-point games this year than Gibbs Lawhorn.
Yeah,
that's how dangerous he can be.
Scoring over 20 points per game. When we were talking about it in the pregame, I'm like, Colby Garland getting his, if he goes for 30, that's not the key to an upset. Like, that's the requirement, and you need 30 from someone else, right? Because if he doesn't have,
you need 30 more from 2 other guys,
right?
And then maybe you got a shot.
Yeah, if he doesn't have 20, I don't think San Jose has a chance.
Yeah, let me rephrase that: 30 from him, and then 2 other guys combined for 30. Yeah. Not 90 points.
Yeah,
I want to say that. All right.
No, but you get 60. Yeah, from the 2 other guys.
Yeah.
But so and then hopefully take care of business tonight. But one thing I wanted to chat about was obviously they got the late tip off. It's going to be 9:30 body clock for.
Dude, just wait. This is your first. Is this your first ever Mountain West tournament?
First as a media member.
Okay.
But the 2 other ones I've been to, they lost first game.
Oh.
So I didn't have like the night
okay,
after
well,
night after night.
we're dangerously close to never inviting you again.
Yeah, if they lose tonight, I might have to.
I mean, Josh Pashner got pretty fired up over beating somebody not named Air Force today. So you might have the same excitement after this
House of Horrors.
Yeah. I will give him that. Was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, no,
we're in Vegas. We know where everybody's mind going to go.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny. But, he's a really good player, and I think that they just got to figure out how to, he's just somewhat make it tough for him and then just try to limit everybody else. And like I said, I think that 25-minute mark, if we look up today and say Dylan Andrews, 25 minutes, Andrew Meadow, all those guys, like if they're playing 25 and under, that's a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely. But with the late tip-offs, you got
late tip-off, yes.
9:30 body clock. I mean, you've covered a ton of Mountain West tournaments. How much does that affect this team going into the tournament? Is it kind of an advantage because maybe you get all day to sort of rest and relax?
We going coach speak or honesty?
Go honesty. Yeah, we want the honest truth.
I think that they feel exactly like we feel. They're just in way better shape, but like they got to wait as long as we do for this game to happen. And I think that they'll be prepared. I'm not saying that, but like at the same time, Nathan, just wait. We got a tight game here, right?
Yeah, it looks like CSU by 3.
Just watch this. Watch this thing. Maybe like just take a little too long to wrap up, or heaven forbid the whatever that I'm not. I don't want to go there, but yeah. And then all of a sudden you look up and you're like, holy cow, it's almost 10 Mountain Time. I mean, I remember San Jose State and Boise State when you're tipping off at like 10 Mountain Time. I was doing the news at 10, and in the open credit roll is like I can hear it in my ear or my earpiece as I'm getting ready to do a hit, and the game's just starting. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Late nights.
So and maybe that ends up coming to Boise's advantage, playing a little bit of underdog because if they're feeling it, New Mexico's going to feel it. San Diego State's going to feel it.
Hey, who felt it last year? Colorado State and Nate Clifford, and guess what they did? I remember being like Boise State played in the title last year. Obviously, just a reminder against Colorado State, and we had just got back to our hotel room and we're finishing up some work, and we pop on the TV and that game's wrapping up, and you're like, man, that's gotta suck.
Yeah,
they had Nate Clifford, so
yeah. Special player. Jay, appreciate you coming on a bunch. Any final thoughts about this game? Any final notes to Bronco Nation?
No, I just want them to win so that we can invite Nathan Carroll back to I guess it wouldn't be back to the Mountain West tournament. It would be to the Pac-12 tournament next year. So no, just go take care of business, guys, and let's see how special Drew Fielder can be, and Dylan Andrews for that matter too, because I got that dude can. You look at the last couple of weeks. He is playing as good as anybody in the league right now, and I mean anybody.
Yeah. My note that I love on Dylan Andrews, last time he was in Vegas for a conference tournament, 57 points in 2 days.
Boom.
He's got some experience down here. Jay, tell us about what you've got going at Bronco Studios, where fans can find your stuff.
God, isn't BJ such a nice guy?
Yeah,
I love this guy. Look at him over there smiling. Is your back feeling better? Is your back feeling better? He's good. I love it. No, I would say it's nice. This is awesome. Well, hopefully we're here Friday, man. We're supposed to go live. We had a live show today. We caught up with BJ's boy Rob Dowster. Awesome dude, national perspective. I don't think there's like a huge chance we get 3 bids out of the Mountain West, but he kind of laid out this scenario that like maybe if it happens, that's what he's rooting for, because he'd rather have that happen than a 16-loss Auburn get in. But, if he said if Boise State can beat San Diego State in the semifinals, then knock off Utah State in the championship game, Boise State gets the auto bid, Utah State would get in at large, and he believes maybe, there's a hope or a desperation chance that maybe San Diego State still squeaks into the field as well. So let's just root for that, root for a little bit of chaos. And it's been an awesome basketball tournament. I'm actually super stoked to get to experience it on this side, Nathan, because it'll be a fun few days, and just watch you think the energy's cool today. Every single day it's going to amplify, and especially if San Diego State's in the semifinals, you will see a caravan coming over from San Diego. It's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, tie game between Fresno and Colorado.
No, no,
don't do it. Go as soon as you jump off air, go knock on the wood so that we can finish this in regulation. But Jay, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. Look forward to chatting with you more throughout the week, and hopefully Boise State gets a long run here. We get to keep covering them. So thanks for coming on. We'll go to a quick 30-second break, and then we'll be back with BJ Rains.
Hey Bronco Nation, this is Boise State football wide receiver Ben Ford. I've had to face some setbacks on the field this past season, but toughness isn't about staying down. It's about getting back up. I am proud to represent Lithia Ford Boise, where you can find the largest selection of Ford trucks that are built tough and, like me, handle the hits and keep pushing forward. Come check out the incredible inventory and competitive pricing at Lithia Ford Boise. And when you buy here, you're not just getting a truck, you're supporting Boise State athletics and Lithia Ford NIL partnerships. Come see us at Lithia Ford Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
All right. They said might have had a problem with our mic. Let's see if our audio. Well, I think we're still okay.
All right.
Hopefully, after you had your issue with the.
Oh God, I saw that notification.
Are we okay? Can you hear us? Okay. I think we're okay. I don't know what happened, but a lot of people talking about Jay's guns. Jay and Nathan need to switch shirts, somebody said. I don't know if it's the same size would work or not. But.
No, he said that the basketball players are in a better shape than we are. And I said, oh, Jay, look at yourself, man. You've been hitting the gym looking
Somebody
good.
did say, Jay, you're the only person allowed into the stadium with guns. For tonight. All right. About 3 minutes left in this game. We're going to get out of here and get ready for the Boise State game. But what are your kind of final thoughts, predictions here? Before you do that, though, before we get to our final thoughts and get your final score predictions in, do need to thank a couple more sponsors real quick. Element Fencing, elementfencing.com, decks, pergolas, fences. Check them out. Element Fencing online, elementfencing.com. If you're on the fence about that fencing project, now's the time at Element Fencing. Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com, shopridleys.com. 13 locations in the state of Idaho, surrounding states. You're looking for that hometown grocer. Look for no further than Ridley's Family Markets. Rowpaint.com, 20% off those winter painting projects. Interior, exterior painting, those concrete coatings. Rowpaint.com. And if you need a job, transportation compliance service has you covered. Transcomservice.com. You can get into the trucking industry. Transportation compliance service. Check them out online at transcomservice.com. And don't forget, another night in the Mountain West with Tom Moser coming up about halftime of the Boise State game. Halftime of the Boise State game. Tom Moser will be live with another night in the Mountain West. He'll break down all the games. You can watch the end of the Boise State game with Tom, and then we will have our post-game show coming up tonight. Another shout-out, Johnny Ball game. Big one tonight for Johnny. We got Johnny and Joe Vandal. Obviously a big game, big night for Johnny. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say go Vandals on this show, but Johnny Ball game, rooting for you tonight, man. Hope it goes your way. There's nothing better, as all of you folks know, but when your alma mater goes to the NCAA tournament, it's pretty cool, and that has not happened for Johnny Ball game in a long time, so that would be pretty cool. Rooting for Johnny tonight. But final thoughts. Tournament starts here in about 35 minutes.
Yeah, I mentioned it with Jay, but I think the key to winning and winning comfortably is just pound the ball inside. I think if you're settling for a bunch of threes, you're playing into San Jose's hand, even if you're hitting them, just get the ball to Drew Fielder, get the ball to James Buchanan on the low block, and let him use that size and strength to their advantage. And how about an X-Factor player for you? We've talked so much about how good Colby Garland is, how he's been 20 points straight in 10 straight games. I think A.G. Nato is going to have his fingerprints on this game tonight. I think especially if they want to try to get those starters rest.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be shocked if we see Nato get 20, 25 minutes and just man up Colby Garland one-on-one and try to I don't think you can stop Colby Garland, but slow him down, make him have a somewhat inefficient night. So I like A.G. Nato as kind of a quiet X factor for this game who could have his fingerprints.
I knew that wasn't going to go well. People are ripping on me for the go. I don't think I actually said go Vandals. I just said good luck to Johnny Ball game tonight. But that's I'm rooting for my friend, not for them. Okay, so let's make that clear. But going to be a fun one tonight. Boise State, San Jose State. My key is attack the paint, attack the post, dominate on the inside. You have the size advantage. You should dominate the boards, the second chance points, points in the paint. Take advantage of the size advantage inside. As John Buchanan says, bang in the paint. Let's get this one. Should be a big night for them. And if you can do that, don't need it to be style points. Don't need it to be pretty. You'd like it to be comfortable for multiple reasons, just so you're not worried in the second half and so you can rest guys. But you don't really need any style points. Just survive and advance. In the end, whether it's 1 or 30, move on to play tomorrow and see what happens. And I think Boise State will do that. So make sure after the game you come back. We'll have the post-game show, interviews, analysis, reaction, courtside on the post-game show. Looking forward to that. 3-point game with about a minute to go. Fresno has the ball down 3, so you can watch the end of that game on the Mountain West Network as the three-pointer is missed there by Fresno, but they got the offensive rebound. So Fresno's down by 3, about a minute to go. Flip over to the Mountain West Network for that one. And, they had a wide-open 3 to tie it and missed it. But, all right, we're going to get ready. Boise State game coming up in about 30 minutes. Contractual obligations. We got to jump off of here and get set. So follow us on social media. What's your Twitter account?
At Nathan_26_.
Nathan _26_. Yes, that is before this weekend is over. That needs to be changed. And follow me as well, BJ Rains, and all kinds of content coming. We'll chat with you in the message boards. Go subscribe, BroncoNationNews.com. Go read all of our pregame coverage. Nathan's got multiple stories up previewing the tournament. And go grab another Sun Cruiser And we'll see you on the post-game show. Enjoy the game, everybody. Should be a fun one here at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. Coming up in about 30 minutes over on the Mountain West Network. And again, the Jacksons post-game show right here after the game on Bronco Nation News. Interviews, analysis, and more. Enjoy the game. We'll see you on the post-game show. He's Nathan. I'm BJ. And this is Bronco Nation News. Live from the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. Bronco Nation News, Lithia, Boise. We'll see you guys after the game. Enjoy it, everybody.